More multiplayer. This one is Attrition, which is a bit better than Amped Hardpoint.
Thank fuck for that.
Yeah. So, let's wait for this to show up. Attrition, 2 teams of 6, 15-minute rounds. The maps spawn 2 teams of NPC enemies in addition to the 2 teams of player enemies. These NPCs are friend and foe, and you can tell because some of them are blue, some of them are red, and you can shoot one of them. The teams score points for killing other enemy NPCs as well as other enemy players. The players are worth 5 points each. The NPCs are worth 1 through 5 depending on the type of enemy you kill. It's first to a certain number of points, and the team with the most points at the end of the thing wins. I believe it is 400 for Attrition. It was on the thing. I wasn't reading fast enough.
This is the mode that they like originally were advertising with Titanfall 1
Yeah.
as like the big interesting mode, right?
Yeah, it's PvPvE sort of kind of.
Hate that.
Yeah. It's interesting in a way because depending on how you want to play, most people just kind of roll out with an average player versus player build, but you can go with like PvE builds, like get machine guns and just pick Titan stuff, which will destroy the NPC characters. And you can get a lot of points that way too. I'm using the double take, which isn't honestly that great of a choice for this mode, but I just want to use double take. Oh yeah, encoding was not liking that right there for some reason.
That was weird, yeah. I'm glad we get to see this map again in a different mode from the All Titan. We did the last Titan standing, right, on this before?
Yes.
Yeah.
This map is really fun when you're pilots, I think, too.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. There's a lot of indoor stuff, a lot of outdoor stuff, so like it's varied. There's some cool lines to slide around in here.
Yeah,
Probably one of my
been in
favorite
this,
maps.
If you're going to this level just in the Frontier Defense mode, you're probably never going to be seeing these rooms.
Yeah, the inside is no reason.
Yeah, you just never hear.
So I was lucky enough to kill that player, and I picked up an L-Star, which is actually good for killing the enemy NPCs. So.
Also an incredibly strong combo, an L-Star and a double take together is pretty sick.
Yeah, so you see in front those pods land and enemies come out. Right now they're grunts, they're worth a point each, they're not a lot. Eventually they'll start running specters and those explodey specters, the suicide ones, which are worth 2 or 3 points, I think. Eventually you'll get Reapers, and yeah. It gets
Reapers are 5,
kind of,
right? I think.
Yeah. The Reapers get kind of hectic because there'll be like 50 of them. But yeah, you can't lose any points in this mode. It's just whoever kills fastest, really. Good guy.
Just punch in the side of the head.
Yeah.
It's basically just like if you had Team Deathmatch, but then there was also a bunch of AI grunts running around.
Yeah. I thought I killed that guy for some reason. I don't know why I stopped shooting at him, and he ends up killing me. I just wasn't
Hey, it's
thinking
Jesus.
It was Jesus. Yeah, you turned to the other sheet.
He's back.
There. Fair. Yeah, killing enemy players is probably the most beneficial if you can pull it off, because obviously they're worth 5 points, and also it's one less guy killing dudes for like 10 seconds. So.
One like kind of interesting thing about this mode, I will say, in relation to the AI being around, is that sometimes it can actually get a little bit confusing who's a player and who's not if they're running around near AI guys. So you can kind of use that to your advantage, like especially if you then combine that with hologram. Throw a hologram running with some dudes and you, and they might have a really hard time finding you.
Yeah, like you'll see up here, I can see this guy kind of because he has a name tag. It's easier to spot than the other ones. But yeah, if you sit in the middle of like a pod drop of your allied NPCs, it is very hard to see.
Can you use any camo that will actually make you look closer to your allies?
I'm trying to think which of the loadouts looks the most like the NPC grunt.
Definitely not being a robot, yeah, would help.
This guy put a... By the way, this is like a gun I picked up. He put a scope on the fucking Spitball.
What a choice.
The Spitfire. I don't like that. It's just way too zoomy for that type of gun. I mean, as it is, I'm using a sniper class weapon on iron sights, so it's like...
Yeah, to be fair, this is probably the only sniper you would be using iron sights on, though.
Yeah.
At least in this game.
The DMR you can use iron sights pretty decently on.
Yeah, that's not sniper, though. That don't count.
I'm not talking about the G2. I'm actually talking about the DMR.
Oh, well, that's
Yeah.
kind of just a G2 if you think about it, though.
Slower firing by far, but
I have never found a reason to use that gun in this game, because it's like, if I wanted that gun as a sniper rifle, I'd be using the double take, and if I wanted a faster, like, more DMR, actual DMR type weapon, I'm using the G2, so...
I was sad because that didn't run me around the corner like I was hoping.
Yo, he kicked you in the head.
He did kick me in the head. I'm not doing a whole lot on this now that I'm rewatching this video. This is a garbage run for me.
I mean, like you said in the beginning, this is not so hot for a double take map.
Yeah. Trying to remember what the second map I chose for this was. Hopefully I'm better in it. I took like 2 or 3 takes of each of these modes and picked the ones. I tried to pick like a variety of maps and weapons.
Sure.
So
This is one of those things where it's like, you would think the double take is okay on this map because there's a lot of outdoors to this map, but as a pilot, that's not where you are ever. You're never like
you're
out
inside
in there.
all the time.
Yeah.
No one hangs out on the roof of this building. You have fast reload on the shotgun.
If anything, this is kind of like a very indoor map, and then you go outdoors in order to hop in your Titan.
Yeah, so here's some specters. I guess worth 1 point.
In general, the AI enemies can't really hurt you that bad in this, except once the Spectres and Reapers start showing up, I'll be honest and say that I have died to them before.
Yeah, if you get like blindsided by a Reaper, it's not a good situation.
Often it'll be less like you'll die to them and more like they'll just eat your entire health bar and then someone else will shoot you before you die to them, but yeah, it can be rough.
Some dude just fell off the top.
Oof.
Another thing is it's hard to keep track of where the enemies spawn, especially this is one of the bigger maps in the game. So like once you clear out, like the pods will drop the enemy NPCs like 3 or 4 of them at a time. Fucking went right into the smoke. You drop like 3 or 4 of them at a time, and then like once you kill them, a different side of the map will have it drop. So
Okay. I was just watching, trying to figure out how you're supposed to figure out where to go.
it's difficult. You just kind of have to pay attention to your radar and jump around a bit. All these fucking shots.
What do the enemy NPCs do? They just basically go from like A to B?
They just kind of run around. I don't really know if they have an AI about like where they're going. I think maybe they're kind of like AI is scripting is made so they like run into each other's spawn points. Maybe.
Yeah, they definitely go to each other. They don't like seek out players really. It's more like if you encounter them, then they will start shooting at you.
Yeah, but I think like if you just never get to a batch of them, do you just like despawn after a while?
Mm-mm. They'll just
No,
probably
they
just
will shoot each other
stand
and they
around.
will kill each other.
Oh, that's okay, got it.
Yeah. It's just like that almost never happens because they're dead the instant they spawn most of the time.
I would be kind of interested to get a full game of like people who I'm playing with in Attrition together, and then just like watch the AI and see them see what they do.
Put some bets down what team's gonna win.
Yeah. Because I wonder if it's
Salty betting.
even, like if they, you know, kill each other an equal amount, or if like one team wins out.
I don't know. Trying to do like fucking zoom in sniping shots while falling.
If you do that, you're really cool. So.
Let me tell you about Coliseum.
How? How did that
Yeah, I
go?
have no
what he
idea
was
what's going
doing.
on here.
That was awesome.
Also, I was playing so much Destiny earlier that like I thought that if I was walked through that fucking amp shield, I was gonna lose my shield.
I had that exact thought as you were doing that. I was like, oh yeah, he can't run through that shield, but actually, you can. It doesn't do anything to you to run through an amp shield.
It's a bit weird going between Destiny's multiplayer and this multiplayer. Especially like the jumping, like I'll try sliding in Destiny and just lose all of my momentum and just be sad.
Yeah, I like the guns in this game a lot. and I like the guns in Destiny a lot, but the movement in Destiny sucks compared to this
It's
game.
garbage compared to this, yeah. Which is why I wish they would make a Destiny-like game with these guns.
Oh, Jesus, that'd be fantastic.
You mean a Destiny-like game with this movement?
Yeah, they always say that.
Yeah.
I mean, these guns would be cool too. I like
Well,
these
sure,
guns,
yeah.
but
Sure.
Yeah, just like grab the entire gameplay of this and just throw it into something the size of Destiny. Just let me have
I
Titans.
mean, like Scourge of the Past or something. Instead of shooting with guns, you had to call on your Titans and have to do it. Be dope.
Wow, sucks to be that dude.
Yeah.
He didn't. I guess he didn't have smoke, or he just didn't notice. Maybe.
Sometimes it's just hard to notice. And actually, there is a perk that makes it so you can rodeo Titans without getting the alert. It really sucks because you'll just be fucking walking around and it's like, oh, you lost the battery. It works really well with the camouflage. Loadout.
Oh, speaking of,
You know.
kicking an invisible dude in the head.
I really like the melee's just one hit kill in this game.
Oh, you got him. I can't believe it. You rarely see that in multiplayer.
Yeah. He's standing still. It's real hard.
It should be no surprise, but it's very hard to get behind someone in this game like that.
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
You
You
got
know-
shot, son.
You were saying that you didn't do so hot this game, but I will say your team did, because you guys
Yeah.
smoked them.
I did not contribute a whole lot to
Like
this game,
literally
honestly.
double the score.
You killed some people, you gave that one dude a battery, you know?
What's that?
You tried to do a bunch of jump shots with a double take.
It sometimes
Oh,
works.
Jesus. I immediately dropped the Volt for the flatline because I fucking hate the Volt.
Flatline is so good. That's the gun that they should put in Destiny, is a gun that only has horizontal recoil when you fire it.
The
Only
guy's
horizontal?
slowly turning
No.
around.
Oh, you guys might blow this up right now.
Generally, you need like 2 Titans. But I guess we got enough.
It depends on the Titan too, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, well, a Legion right next to it can fucking shred it, and like a Scorch does absolutely nothing. So,
Scorch just swatting from the ground.
Actually, I wonder if there's any maps where it's floating low enough off the ground that a Scorch could put their
I
flame
tried to
shield
do that
hand.
in some maps. Like I forgot what map it was, but like one of them I tried putting like the fucking thermite canisters up on like a building in order to get it. I love this map. This map's really cool.
This is the one with the big highway down the center, right?
Yeah, it's like the monorail.
This is like the super, super sick city map, and also this is weirdly one of my favorite Titan maps.
Yeah, it's fun. There's a lot of choke points, but like there's ways you can crossfire on the choke points. So like if you're smart about it, you and your teammates can like cover each other. Yeah, they got this monorail going on. North Haversbrook.
This reminds me of one level from the Modern Warfare game that played kind of like this. The one with the exosuits.
I think it's also the color scheme. Just like brown-gray.
Yeah, that could be it. But I think like there was a level that had a monorail, something like that.
Yeah, this level is super desaturated.
What was...
Yeah, seriously.
Which one was the one with the exosuits? I know what you're talking about, but I can't...
It
was
was
it
the
Modern
one-
Warfare 3? No.
It was the one with Kevin Spacey and the press F to press F to pay respects.
Is that the Infinite Warfare one? Or
No, it's
Maybe
Future.
Advanced.
Something like
Advanced
Advanced
Warfare.
Warfare.
God, all those games are fucking
It's
running
so
together.
hard to
They made
remember the names.
600 of
Yeah.
them.
Hey, you ever want to just, like, have a brain blast? Remember that Call of Duty Ghosts existed?
That was a bad one.
I'm pretty sure that game came out for the Wii, if you ever just want to have a real brain blast.
It's funny because a lot of people say, well, like they like fucking Spec Ops or Modern Warfare 2 or something. Like to me, 2 is still the best one. Like the OG 2 that came out in like what 2003, 2004.
Yeah, the Noob Tube.
Yeah.
I have a soft spot for 1, more than 2.
One's still good. With the expansion, too, it was pretty fun multiplayer. You got the Jeeps and everything.
I think, for me, the thing about 1 that was very special was, 1, I really like DMR-style weapons, and the M14 is stupid in that game. And 2, just being on Rust and having a Barrett standing in the middle of the center tower and spinning around in a circle and killing everyone. You need to be a 14-year-old Twitch shooter to do that, but if you do, it's extremely entertaining.
That was before they implemented the tribe-style rollback shooting, so like you had to actually be on a low-ping server or just aim in front of everybody with hit scan shit.
I love to be on low-ping servers on Xbox Live.
Well, you play on Xbox,
Oh,
1, 2. That's how you do it, pilot.
They should start implementing that for the next generation of consoles.
I always joke about like not playing PvP games and stuff. Like I never played like Modern Warfare or any of those, just PvP or anything. I did play a bit of one of the Battlefields. Bad Company 2, I think.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it was fun.
I never liked the Bad Company, or not the Bad Company, the Battlefield games, because to me it was always you have to walk 5 minutes and then get shot in the head by a sniper.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Yeah,
the same issue I have Battle Royale games. Like I just don't like the downtime. I like immediately going into shit like this game offers.
the thing for me with Battlefield is just it's very map dependent. I think what you said is true, but it's very map dependent. Where like there are Battlefield maps where there's a lot of action and like quick action. Like for example, the one I always think of is like I think it was started in 3 and there was also in 4, which is Metro.
Oh yeah, is that the underground or not the subway one or whatever?
Yeah, the subway one where it's just like always a fight at the stairs and stuff.
I remember playing that one in like a beta or something, and like they put 64 people in a server stress test, and it was just the biggest clusterfuck.
Yeah, that map is a nightmare, but
Wow.
it's also really good because you're always fighting. But
Yeah, true.
yeah, but you know, then there's other maps like it's to a point. Like there's a desert map in Battlefield 3. I can't remember the name of that one, where it's just like. Yeah, you will literally spend the first half of that game just running for 5 minutes every time before you get to any action, and it sucks.
So again, if you're ever in a situation where you're fighting a Scorch, just kite it. He was smart though, because he used the point shield at the right time.
Also, yeah, I don't know. They can do like, if you're smart with a Scorch and someone's doing that to you, you can flame canister if you're close enough to them behind them.
Yeah.
And then make it so that they have to walk through the flame canister to like get away from you, but it's pretty hard.
Are you taking that battery?
Nice.
He fucking books it. He wants to get out of here.
He saw you coming.
Yeah, he's not having it.
Like,
Wow.
okay, dude, whatever.
I kind of like that you turned the corner and he was not there anymore. Just fucking gone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. Trying to get this dude a battery. Also, I think I denied that guy from jumping on him because I was on top. You can't rodeo if someone else is rodeoing.
Oh.
You can obviously shoot them, but you know. Yeah, the grunts will drop either 201s or Spitfires, so that helps with your loadout. It's nice to know.
I was looking at dropship and I'm like, wait, there's still a bunch of time to go on this map.
Yep. These maps can take a while, especially if people are just not really doing anything. Again, it suffers kind of the problem that Amp Hardpoint is, where a lot of the stuff you're going to be doing is outside of your Titan. Like, again, obviously Titans can kill dudes a lot faster, but a lot of the spawn points will have the NPCs go inside buildings and shit, and you just can't get in there. So if like your entire team is stuck inside their Titans and not leaving them, then all the grunts are going to be inside and you're not killing anything.
And of course, that's true of other players too. Like,
Yeah.
other players aren't going to just hang out outside when there's a million Titans. Like they'll be above. Actually, you can see a guy jumping. Yeah, yeah, got him.
He's a-
Oh.
They'll be
I'm
like
good at
above you or
sniping.
something. Like they're never just gonna be like standing out in the open where a Titan can necessarily shoot them.
Their entire team is in Titans right now. And
Yeah, I was
And
gonna
yet
say,
they're
like,
winning.
are you missing people or just?
maybe. I'm actually looking at the thing up there right now. It looks like it's 2 to 6 or 2 to 5 in terms of game. Yeah.
A bunch of people left your team last time, and I think maybe you just requeued and no one joined, and the game was like, "This is fine."
Yeah, the thing is, I'm seeing a couple like blue guys. There's one up there, but
Yeah, they're on.
yeah, for
I think actually the
for a
marker
moment
I
I
think
thought.
up there is maybe if you have your Titan ready, but not
Right, it is. Yeah.
selected.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
That guy dropped a bunch of smoke, so I couldn't stay on that.
Kind of surprised you lived, actually.
Too. He ejected right into the underside of the monorail, which has to hurt your head.
No, it's made of like the baby foam that you put on corners in your house, so your baby doesn't break their head open.
Yeah.
He's
Still
got
though, if you eject at 400 miles an hour in the baby phone,
Yeah, but what if you have a helmet on? Then you're fine.
You just get slightly less liquefied.
Smart pistoling grunts. This is such
Hey,
a
man.
sad waste of smart pistol
Yeah.
here.
What's the
23
matter?
kills, though.
You don't
There you
trust
go.
your own name?
God, I love that. Was like actually the refrain for people who use smart pistol for so long in both games.
get out of your Titan in 1v1, you idiot. It's like the same thing.
Yeah.
You can't get mad at shit that's in the game.
Also, the smart pistol, like you're using so much like resource just to use it. Like who even cares? In this game, at least, who even cares?
Trying to climb on the side of this thing for some stupid reason.
Am I misremembering, or wasn't smart pistol just like a gun you could have in Titanfall 1? Like it wasn't
was,
even.
yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a boost.
Holy fuck. That sounds... I mean,
It
if
wasn't
was
as dumb as
exactly
it
the same
sounds. It
Ah, okay.
sounds dumb, right? But it wasn't.
The
that
one in
dumb.
this game locks on way faster and from way farther than the other one did. Like, you had to aim at a person for like a second or two for it to actually get the lock on the instant kill.
Ah,
Where was that dude going?
Don't know. Two guys is right there. There's the stalkers.
I kind of like the idea for this. I think like PvPvE modes in games would probably work better for what I like about games, since you can probably, well, most of the times if they're well balanced and made, you can just collaborate to your team without having to be the PvP god, 18 to 1 KD ratio monster.
Yeah. I mean, like, I like PvE modes like this.
Oh.
Shot, yeah.
Skeet
Like,
shooting.
yeah, like Gambit in Destiny is like one that's really cool. That's like PvE focused, but has PvP elements in it.
Yeah.
Like this. It's just it's, like you said, they have to be balanced to the point where like it can't be dominated by one or the other.
Wow.
Holy.
You're good with tone. Why don't you use tone more? Holy shit.
Yeah, that was kind of scary.
I was too busy shooting the pilots. I didn't even notice.
It's like, hello.
Up on me.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, we're not winning this map. Evil smart pistol.
Dominating like a true 6-4.
I thought there was a grunt for a second.
Ugh. Feels bad, man.
Your Titan is standing by. Call it when ready.
He got out, but another dude is stealing his battery.
I think he got out to find you, and you were
He
already...
got out to get
Yeah.
his battery back, but there was a guy on the Titan as he
Oh,
left.
okay.
Yeah, for a second I thought like, okay, you made him really, really mad.
Jumped out to teabag? No.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that Monarch down there has full charge, so like it's gotta be hard to fight.
is a pretty chill escape sequence right now.
Yeah, I spawned next to where it's coming down. But... Unfortunately, a lot of shit there I couldn't shoot through, and now there's double Monarchs here. This is a better map mode for Monarch because a lot of the time you don't have to put it in a lot of harm's way in order to get kills with it. So like you can just kill NPCs with Monarch and charge it up, and then once you have full Monarch, it's just crazy.
Oh, so that's so true.
Wait, did he smart core you?
Yeah, he was smoke.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, that's why he hit me. He wouldn't have hit me otherwise.
Yeah, bottom half of your team
Not doing so well.
not so
Yeah.
hot. Also,
I also
you're
think
the
they're
guy.
probably mid-core replacements, but yeah.